the cloud. All right, so I'm recording. And I just thank you all for being here. So I just have like a very short presentation, and then we will have like some questions and answers. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh. All right, so it's just very few slides, just to remind you, so what is like in the handbook. So you'll be doing a lot of writing, right? This this semester, and this guy was like, it's like a little video of like him typing like crazy. So just wanted to say, this will be you getting this like project done. So you all should have received the invitation to just the dates that we will be doing the professional paper defenses. So it's going to be like Thursday, the 21st, 5 to 9. I know that some people cannot do it on the 22nd. And then Friday, the 22nd from 9 to 5. So I'm still kind of like coordinating what are the specific times for each person. I did send that email to all the people that you indicated are your advisors, including also like external members of your committee. And so I have to send some reminders because not everybody has responded to that. And then go ahead and schedule those times. And I also sent you the information to you as well. So the idea is like to be able to match that. And then if people don't have the links, I can then have a unified email to resend that again. And so these events, it's important to note that it will be open to the public or not, just depending on your preference. So that's like something that you will indicate, and Tina might have like more details about that. What I also wanted to reiterate here is like there's like 44 days for this. So this is like coming up very soon. It's about like 6 weeks for you to get your project done. And just on average, I will say that papers might be about at least like 40 hours that you will put on this. So you should be thinking about at least 1 hour a day to be dedicating on getting this done. And I don't know if Tina, if you wanted to just kind of jump in and say something about the
Yeah.
being private or not.
Yeah, when you go to the ARCS system to put in your final exam request, you indicate there, what day, time, where, but you indicate there if you want it public or private. And so if you want it private to where it's just you and your committee, make sure you mark private. Also, if you mark public, the grad school does put it on their website, so just be aware of that.
Yeah, but as much as possible, we would like to make this an event and people can come and we can learn what people are doing. So I highly encourage you. It's a great experience when other people see your projects, and you can invite people that you think are relevant, and or even your family members. So again, if you feel comfortable, it'd be awesome if we can get to do it that way. Another thing is like, well, this goes back to like how much time you should be dedicating to this. It's like a 2 credit, right? So you should be putting a lot of time like you're putting in a class. Although this one is like it's like credit, not credit. Correct? So yeah, it's credit, not credit. And this is something that is evaluated by your committee, not myself, like in the internships. We will talk a little bit more about the evaluation criteria. But if you are doing an emphasis area, it's very important that, and we have said them this many times, your project has to be in the emphasis area in order to be able to claim it. So I just wanted to say that like one more time. And if we go to I think that everybody here invited is in the second year. Yeah, not in the first year. So I'm gonna like skip these like milestones for the first year. But the important thing is that all of you should have done your degree plan already. So if not, you know, this is going to be very hard for you probably to get this like done. I think that everybody has done it. And then
We also
um,
we need to make sure that your degree plan is correct. So if you can run a degree audit and make sure that all your graded coursework is on there and correct, that'd be great. If you need help, I can run it for you and tell you what we need to do to fix it. But they're not gonna let you present your professional paper unless your degree plan is correct. And Connor, the final, it's called final exam request now in ARC system. It is due to the grad school 10 days prior to you presenting.
mhm. And then also like in this timeline, it's important that you submit. So you basically are going to submit 10 days before like the date, right? And what we were saying about being public or not. So that will be kind of like the first thing that you will do, like obviously including making sure that the degree plan is correct. But the second thing that you need to do is actually by March 18, which is like the first Monday after the spring break. So you can actually work on your professional project during the spring break. But that Monday, you have to be ready to submit a complete draft of your professional paper to your advisors and all your committee members, and obviously be ready for that presentation on the 21st and the 22nd. And the reason that it is like the 21st and the 22nd is that by April 1st, we already have to tell, you know, like in the graduate school, that yes, that's something that you have done that a defense. So it might be a little bit sound a little bit early, but it's not, you know, it's like good with the timelines. I don't know if you wanted to add anything else about this, Tina.
No, I mean, April 1st is the deadline for people to present, not thesis students to present. But that request of final exam has to be in 10 days prior, and it has to be signed off on by your chair and the department head. So make sure that it's crucial you get that in. I mean, normally the grad school will work with me, but it's very important that we get that in. And if your degree plan needs work, we need to get it fixed now, not wait until then to get it fixed.
Yeah, great. And then in the again the handbook, there's like the details are written about being like 10 days, and you do this in Howdy specifically. And we could it'd be a good idea, like, you know, send an email, right, with all the details again about what you will have to go. But again, it's very important that this is the first thing that you will be doing. And then so what you should expect that is happening is that you might have some revisions after that, like March 22nd. Your professors might take like a couple days to and they actually will tell you on the spot what you need to change. And it's very normal that they ask you to change something. It's like very rare that you just pass and there's no changes. So you should expect that there will be some changes. And then you also have like a deadline for those changes. I don't see it here. I don't know if you remember, Tina, from the top of your head, what might
We
be.
have to have final exam results back to the grad school, 7 working days after you defend.
Okay, yeah. So it's a very rapid turnaround. So after you defend on the 22nd, then you will get some comments, and it will be maybe like you spend a weekend doing the changes. Usually we try to do that. So it's like at least it's not like all school days, and you have like a weekend so you can get the changes done and then submit. But we also don't want you to spend a whole bunch of time working on that. So be grateful that again, it's maybe 7 days is good as well. So you're not like dwelling
So
on this.
essentially everything with the professional paper will need to be completely done by the end of March. Like nothing will be done in April.
No,
Yeah,
everything will need to be done by April 1st. I mean, we have a couple of we have some great, like a few day grace period, but I would rather us get everything back, like, your corrections back to your committee and the results of your final exam back to the grad school 7 working days after you defend.
understood. Thank you.
Yeah, so the only other thing I want to do before we open up for questions is like to make sure that you know how the paper will be evaluated. So basically we will look at it's like the PIB or the Planning Accreditation Board requirements, and look at the different values and knowledge and skills that you should have learned through your through planning, and your time here for 2 years or 4 years. And there's details in the handbook about this. So it's like the values, it's like thinking about justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. Then there's like sustainability, resilience, climate adaptation. Then there's like ethics and responsibility. These ones are a little bit like shortened here. Thinking about history and theory, law institutions, different like scales of like thinking about urban and regional development, and also the skills is like process and engagement. So things that, again, think about just engagement of the community overall, and the processes that may include quantitative or qualitative kinds of analysis. Just analytical skills and tools, which might include some visualization or like JS tools, but also like communications, and there's a misspelling in leadership in there. You should look at the handbook or more details on that, and just make sure that you're hitting all the components, especially in your presentation, but obviously in the document itself. And then in terms of like the types of questions that, we can answer, as you notice from here, Tina, is like, the deadlines, the forms, and all the very important things that you really have to pay attention to. And then for me, it'd be more like, if you have questions about the event itself, or if I can help you also with the professional paper, or even with the evaluation, like how I will be evaluated and what I was like talking about, what you should have learned, how it should look, how long it should be, just like any of those things, I will be happy to answer. So we are gonna like just kind of open up for some questions, maybe like about 10 minutes or so.
I know you briefly mentioned, questions about how long it should be, and I don't think that there's ever been like a specific answer, and I don't expect you to provide one, but what guidance could you provide on that front?
Yeah, so I would say that most papers like are maybe like around like 20 pages, something like that. But you could definitely talk to your the professors to see what are like some of their expectations. There's not like a requirement, so that's like important to note. But I will say that a lot of them are like 20 pages, double space, but it doesn't include like table of contents, front matter, back matter, which are like references and things like that. So we might be talking about anywhere between like 5,000 and 8,000 words, if you like to think about it in those like terms.
Okay, that does help a lot. Thank you. And I had one more question. Just in the past, what has the process been for people that haven't passed by the deadline?
There's a couple ways you can go about that. If there's no time, I mean, most of the time, if someone is not going to pass, Well, the committee will hold the defense, but then they're like, okay, you're not ready. I don't think you'll be able to get this paper ready and, time to graduate this semester. No, what we normally do is just end up canceling the defense, the first time. The second time you will probably fail. You can only fail it once. So, in the
Mhm.
past, we've tried to just cancel it and then let you represent the next semester or something.
Gotcha. So that would be summer.
Yeah, and then that kind of depends on your committee too, because there's not a lot of professors here in the summer. So, it might be to where maybe you could defend like directly after graduation, and then just graduate in the summer. So, something like
Mhm.
that. But like defending in June and July and August or June and July, it's very difficult because not a lot of people are here, but you would have to talk to your committee about that.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, let's hope it doesn't come down to that for everyone.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's all the questions I had. Thank you.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Are there any examples of past papers or projects, maybe from like a few years ago, that are available to view anywhere?
I would definitely talk to your chair, and your committee members, to see if, I don't get copies of the professional papers, so, and neither does the grad school. We only get copies of thesis, not professional papers. So I would talk to your committees. I mean, most of the faculty have served on committees and they'll probably have an example.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, but we do not collect those. But I have gotten also some examples, but we will have to ask the students if they're willing to share it. And if they are, maybe I can share those. But personally, I have gotten some from some professors, so I could figure out.
We could possibly redact names.
Yeah, and then do it more like, yes, you can ask your advisor, but we could try to do something more at the program level if we find a few examples of people that are actually willing to share those.
Okay, thank you.
My best advice is to be talking to your committees now about what their expectations are for your professional paper. So that you have a clear from the start, what they're wanting, how many, like what word count or page count they're expecting from you and stuff like that. So I would go ahead and start communicating that with them now so you can go ahead and get started.
Yeah, and I will say that again with advisors, you can always like share something like I have an idea of like this is my outline or this is what I have written. You can talk to them before about, maybe if you want to meet, you can always like verbalize that. If you prefer to do reports via email, most professors are really open to whatever, like how you like to do it, right? Because again, people have different ways of doing work, but communication is key. So usually what advisors don't like is like you did something and then maybe you went kind of like a direction that it was like too different of what you proposed initially, right? So it's just like, you have to be smart and think about what are the key moments to actually communicate what you're doing and so on. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, reading that I can never nowhere.
But I don't see any other questions. I will just summarize like in an email some of the information that we share here, so you have it like in one single space. And also we can share the recording as well. But I'm gonna like cut it short because people are kind of arriving here. It's kind of getting loud, and we will start the workshop in a little bit. So if you're around, just please come. We're like in building B.
if y'all, if you need help or you want me to run your degree plan, you want me to look at anything for you, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to do it. And I can help you get it fixed as well. So, but let's get it done now so we're not rushing 10 days before your defense trying to fix it. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.